Hey everyone, welcome to my portfolio. This is a project I've made in Unreal Engine 5. It is an iteration on my previous Unreal Engine 4 Game Jam project, Unbelievable Accuracy. This was just a test of the mechanics in Unreal Engine 5 to make sure that I can use the engine and work with some of the changes between them. Big fan of the content drawer, by the way. Huge fan. I like having more screen real estate to work with when I'm working in levels. But that's just me. I know not everyone's a fan of it, but onwards. What I do when I make code is I like to make variables for what I think needs to be known. So looking at the HUD, for example, when I was making the mana bar, basically, I started with what I needed to know, which was the current amount, the max amount, and the level. Since I know I wanted to increase the level of it, I always try to just start with everything that is known. Then I will use those variables and see if that accomplishes what I need. Test early, test often. If it doesn't work, I'll find out what I need to account for, accommodate, and try it again. I know when I initially made it, I forgot to include a region amount. I'm like, okay, that's something to fix, so I fixed that. And then I realized that the region exceeded the max amount when it went over 100, basically. I'm like, okay, that doesn't work. I need to make sure it doesn't exceed the max. And so that was that. And I also made sure to stop regenerating when I did do that. I wanted to be able to increase the level of the core, kind of a level up sort of system. And so I made a level for that and increased the amount by, I did 90 initially. And just, I make what I want known through variables, then I try to use those variables. If they don't make the results I want, I will make new variables and I'll keep on testing and iterating until it works as expected. I will test my code in my projects 1,000 times and iterate 1,001 times, and then hand it off to QA to find whatever I missed, as I know I definitely missed something. No one's perfect. My code definitely not perfect. I know also that engineers can make this so much better. Much love for engineers in making pretty code. Casting, I know, is a problem area, but I'm a designer, not an engineer. I do the same thing when I make levels, though. Like, I will play through my level so many times, making sure it works, and then hand it off to, again, QA. So I'm going to go through a brief. Here, I'll have on screen my code. I have some comments. Read through, take a look. This is my thought process. This is how I do things. Everything was kind of illogical. Okay, make variables, test it, and go from there. Everything is tied into the game instance, so it carries between levels. Here's the initialization of just making sure things are set when we load in. This is for the HUD. For the first person character, since I made that in a template. There's interact, which will basically just use ability, which uses the mana. And then meditate is how the level up core system works. Some narration to explain what's going on. Just the cost of things and to regenerate mana. Keep checking. I didn't have a, this wasn't tied to a tick event. I wanted this to just be all part of regenerating. So like, while this is going on. And so in lieu of a tick event, I just have when it's false, do a slight delay and then check again. And so I have this loop going on until it's true. And then press 1 again to toggle this off. So not an infinite loop, making me toggle it, but didn't, and I also avoided the whole, this is an infinite loop error because that happens a bunch. Adds crosshair to screen when you pick up a rifle, since that's also here, you'll see. Here's my game instance. This has, this is just to keep track of the bar, and then bars changes. And here is my next level mechanic. Opens up a new level, pulls in, the game instance stuff. Yeah. So here's a brief test. Here's the core level. Here's the bar. You can use ability. It does 1. It upgrades. Pushes it down. It gets comfortable. They can't move around. I'm trying to move. Nothing happens. Stand up. Start moving. It all works. I have it so that when you press the button, it disables movement. No animations because it's just prototype. But pick up a rifle. Crosshair shows up. You can get score. Again, this was testing the unbelievable accuracies mechanics, which was an FPS platformer. It says that. I didn't change the how the projectile flies, so it has a slight arc. But go to next level. Score gets added to overall score, core level, and SP stay the same. You can regen, and that'll carry over through. Do that again. Come up, go to the next level, and it auto resets. But again, game instance is all tied. So this is a brief look of just me working in Unreal Engine 5. Some of my thoughts for how I design code. Again, make variables, try to use those variables, test 1,000 times to make sure it works, and then iterate when unexpected things happen. And I'm sure there's more. I can do a little bit of UI work as shown. I want to improve my UI. That's next on the agenda, is just getting better at UI design and UI programming. But we'll see how that goes. Thank you for watching my kind of demo test of systems and what I got going on. And hopefully we can work together in the future. Thanks. I'll see you around.